Here's a box which I got from China last year, so like a long time ago. Once I received them, I haven't touched it basically. It's so funny that these are the things which supposed to be help me on improving the video quality, but I just didn't touch them. Well, it's not much things. It's basically 2 camera flash, 1 microphone, and some other accessories which come with that. Here are some accessories for the flash. And remember I lost the lens cap? 2 or 3 lens caps I bought really cheap, but they're really in good quality, you know. I actually don't find them here in Dubai. Here's the flash trigger, and these 2 big guys, 1 and number 2. These are 2 independent camera flash with 1 trigger. Alright, so let me do a review on these guys. Well, it looks like camera flash is more complicated than I thought, and I pretty much have no experience on how to use a camera flash. I wasn't much of an indoor photographer before, so this seems to need a longer study time. Review is not this time. Instead, let me review this microphone. Alright, so what these are, wait, before I do a review, I think I should study them first. Okay, so this is a receiver and this is a transmitter. Both of these is basically one setup of a microphone, and they're connected wirelessly. So this one is the one you're supposed to keep on the camera, and this is one you keep it with you. This, compared to the current setup which I have, is much more professional and supposed to give you a better audio quality. Let me find a way to show you how my current setup is. Well, this is the current setup. This is a microphone plus a wind cover on the outside. It's a non-battery operated microphone, so it's just simply a wire connected from the microphone to the camera. Well, I'd say this is actually a very easy setup. It's pretty convenient, especially there's only 1 wire and it's hidden pretty well in there. And the quality of the microphone is not bad at all, but it does give you some limitations. For example, even when I'm shooting in this studio, when I'm moving this camera a bit further, in case I change the lens, then I have to enhance my audio. So the further distance you have, the less audio sound you get from this microphone. And another reason is that although it's directional, but this microphone is gonna pick the noisy sound around me. Kinda like it depends on the situation. Sometimes you want to collect the ambient noise, sometimes you don't. So with this, there's no alternative on that. I just switched back to this regular setup. It's much easier to film when I'm looking at this setup. Once I set it up, I'm gonna test out all the kind of filming methods which I currently use, just for you to compare if the audio sound without post work would make any differences. Here's a small pouch. Hey, cables. Oh, they actually gave you one of this. This is a windproof thingy. I guess the microphone is here. This is how big the microphone is when you clip it to your shirt or to your clothes. And this pouch is nice. It's not just a regular plastic pouch. It's sort of like those fake leather thingy. Oh, and here's a regular, what do you call this? Condenser? No, whatever. This is how big they are, basically. Here's my iPhone 6s Plus, and this is the receiver which is on the camera, and this is the transmitter. As someone who never clipped a microphone before, they look quite big actually. Alright, this is everything from the 2 packages. Gonna set it up and test it out. Well, now what you're hearing is the sound from here. I'm still in testing stage. I keep on seeing this number disappear. Should I do something about that? And this is the sound from the iPhone 6s without post work. And I'm about like less than a meter from myself to the camera. This is the audio test from the wired connection on top of the camera, which is my current microphone, without any post edit on audio. And it's the same distance as the iPhone shot earlier. And here's the audio test about, I think this is probably about like 4 meters right now, with the regular talking volume. And this is what you're gonna hear. Here's to the end of the room. It's probably 5 meters over there. I'm still trying to talk in my regular volume, but I think I'm yelling a little bit. Here's the other 4 meters, 5 meters away. This is how it sounds like, and I'm just talking normally. And this is also without any post work. Sort of like behind the camera at the corner. Hello, is me you looking for? Right now I'm actually behind the door. Right now I'm behind the wall. The concrete was supposed to give you more blockage on signal, so it's a test. Well, as according to the information on the package, the working distance is 100 meters. Maybe we can find out about it. Now I have this camera set it up, as you can see, and I'm just gonna walk away from the camera while I'm still talking normally. As long as you can still hear me talking, that means the volume is still fine. And since I'm outside, I switched the microphone cover to the thing which is supposed to be windproof. And if in case my camera is lost, blame it to whoever you saw which showed up in the video. I guess it's white out there in the open, and this shouldn't be any problem, so I'll just keep on going because they said it's 100 meters. Well, there's some people taking photo shots over here using natural light. It's a pretty good place to do it. Pretty good day as well. I don't know how far it is actually. I'm not the best person to do any kind of physical measurement like that. But the camera to me is like really tiny right now. Is it 100 meters? No idea. But I guess in my real usage, I'm not gonna step this far away and talk to a camera. That just doesn't make sense. Usage, this is, I'd call it the money well spent in this case. Well, I guess with all this testing, now I can draw more like a real-life comprehensive review for my usage. After all, the microphone works perfect for me. Just check the earlier footage when I was walking away. I think the distance over there was probably about like 150 meters actually. It's out of the range, so by the end of the sound clip that was pretty chippy. To sum it up, the old setup is easy. I hold up the tripod, then there's a camera, then there's the microphone. The only thing which linked the camera to the microphone is just the cable. So sometimes when I'm carrying this thing around, it's just one hand and there's no other stuff. Now it seems like the setup on the camera is much less because that receiver is much a smaller piece, so it doesn't attract a lot of attention, especially it doesn't have the fluffy thingy. But then there's another piece which is over here. I just realized that, you know, after I park the car, when I'm carrying the setup, I need to take two parts. One is over there and the other one is over here. If I clip it on me, that's fine. But if I'm carried on my hand and I walk around, not really saying that it's a bad thing, but it's just that, you know, you got something else to carry. It might be getting interrupted by some other things. So, yeah.
You making a video?
Just testing this.
No, it's not allowed.
So you mean tripod is not allowed, right?
Yes, no, that's way. You have to need to permit from email.
The camera is also not allowed.
Camera also not allowed.
Okay.
Only cell phone.
Okay, no problem. That was really a ridiculous thing to happen in downtown over there. Basically, what they told me is that only the mobile phone camera is allowed. But if you whip out a camera like that, it's not allowed for some reason. I have no idea why. Let's do a proper recap about this microphone. Well, first of all, in terms of price, this is way more expensive than this one. As you can see, all the features this wireless type can give it to you. I think the investment is worth it. In terms of usage, the biggest difference is that this microphone is for individual use, and this microphone at this direction, which if there are a bunch of people talking at the same time, this microphone can actually pick up most of the sound which is in range. It's not about pros and cons, but it's more like in different situations. Oh, and one more thing. This thing requires battery, so at the transmitter end there's 2, and at the receiver end there's another 2. When there's battery involved, there's a switch. So if in case at any urgent situation, if in case I forgot to turn on the switch on the mic, you're not gonna hear anything from the video. Zero. It's gonna be dead silent, because I tried one on some other mic before. I forgot to turn on the switch, and that's what happens. But this one, since it doesn't require a battery, there's no switch. As long as my camera is on, this thing will start picking up sound. So you just need to get used to flip the switch open. That's all.